Have you guys know? Look it up. Astronauts almost drowned in space 2 times in the last 10 years.
I don't give a fuck.
They almost drowned in space. Check it out. I'm not even joking. How do you drown in space, right? How do you drown in space?
Hey, we want to get a picture with the Earth is flat guy.
All right, brother. Have you looked into it?
Yeah, I have. I believe it.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Good for you, man. The young or the less brainwashed? Who's taking the photo?
Right over there, the little one.
I don't even see. Oh, there you are. Is mom upset with you that you're...
She doesn't care. The Earth is flat. You got to believe to achieve.
There you go, brother. What do you think of the flat Earth? Have you looked?
We hope so. We're hoping.
I'm telling you. You know that twice. Have you seen that twice? Astronauts have almost drowned in space.
I want people to fall off one side, though.
No, man, it's not a joke, man. This is really important. They lie to us about everything, right?
That's true.
You are so awake.
Yeah, they do.
Wow. I wish I was you, and I wish I could have been you. I only woke up like a year and a half ago. I was dead asleep. How you doing? Okay, cool. Gotta look into it. That girl in the blue thinks the Earth is flat also. I met 6-7 people yesterday on the boardwalk. Believe me, this stuff isn't easy. Another photo, huh? Can they get you? Who's taking it? I don't know. Oh, she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Earth at 1, 2, 3. Earth is flat, right, everybody? No? You're not gonna join me in that, huh? Look at that horizon. Do you see the horizon behind me? Do me a favor. I don't expect you to believe me. I have paperwork right over there on that. Do you believe in God or no? All right, check this out.
How do you drown in space?
Right. How do you drown? Look on the news, and it says that they twice have almost drowned in space. Astronauts are freaking NASA astronauts. How do you drown in space, right? Yeah. Come on, guys. Seriously, you know they have an exact replica of the ISS in a giant pool with crystal clear water. Oh, but you can drown in a pool, can't you? Huh. Weird, right? I got paperwork right over there. All you gotta do is grab it yourself. I don't have enough extra free hands, but it gives you different people to watch on YouTube.
Did you ever go to college?
Yeah, I'm ashamed to say I did. I believe college is nothing but an indoctrination center.
That's why you are like this, man. This is ridiculous. You look stupid.
All right, it's your opinion. You're open. You're free to his opinion. Condemnation before investigation, right, is the highest form of ignorance. So there you go. It's not easy. So we spend $53 million a day with NASA. You like my little sheep one? You like that? That's what sheep do. They follow the leader.
Yeah, the
Idiots. Well, that's all right. It's a crazy thing. I laughed. Every flat earther laughs at first, for sure. 100%. Or at least most of them, I'd say. 99.9. How you doing, sir? You know, we can see the Chicago skyline, right? From clear across Lake Michigan. 50 miles, okay? Using spherical geometry, 8 inches per mile squared, we should have 1,700 feet of Earth curvature taking place over that water. You should be hiding the Chicago skyline in its entirety. And yet there it is. Not only can you see the Sears Tower, but you can see 200- and 300-foot buildings. They tell us on the news that that should be impossible, that is it's a mirage. All right, are you with me so far? So guys, I'm just telling him we can see the Chicago skyline 50 miles across Lake Michigan. All right, over a distance of 50 miles, there should be 1,700 feet of curve beyond that horizon. Okay, I'm just making sure my video camera's on. So, fact is we shouldn't be able to see just the very tippy top of that Sears Tower, and we're seeing almost all of it. We're seeing 200- and 300-foot buildings that are next door neighbors to it. So the guy in the news, and remember, TV, they call it television. I don't know if you guys know this, but they call it TV programming, right? Why do they call it TV programming? Because they're freaking programming your brain what to think, and they are doing it. If you don't think that they're doing it, then you brainwashed beyond help. Anyhow, long story short, he tells you that it's a mirage. Well, a guy named Rob Skiba, he got in a boat with a video camera, and he happened to, on the day that he was there, it happened to be another mirage where you could see that skyline again, 50 miles across from the lake. He gets in that boat, he goes all the way across while videotaping the mirage, the supposed mirage, right? Until the city's right in front of his eyes. So, was it a mirage, right? And if it wasn't a mirage, where the heck is the curve? You get what I'm saying? Guys, people are doing this freaking everywhere. You see behind me, you see that horizon, the horizon, right? Well, have you ever heard the term where boats go over the horizon? Have you heard that? They disappear. They go over the bend, right? Over the curve, beyond the horizon, right? Have you heard that or no? Yeah? All right, good. So what happens is people are taking a video camera. Yeah, no, of course they're gonna laugh at you. That's what, that's what makes you guys unique, because you're able to stop in the presence of people who are gonna laugh at you and listen to somebody with a crazy idea possibly, right? So anyhow, you can take a video camera on a boat that disappeared over the horizon. You can take that video camera and zoom in, and guess what? You're gonna see that boat again, guys. Do you understand what I'm saying there? You shouldn't be able to do that, right? Do you understand that or not? Yeah? And people, there are dozens of videos of people doing this, guys. People are seeing lighthouses from, we spend 53 million, guys, there's videos of bubbles in space. Bubbles. Why are there bubbles in space? Why did two astronauts almost drowned in space? I mentioned that previously. If you look into, what else do I want to give you? NASA, if you type in ISS harness. Anybody have any questions? Actually, you want to shoot me a question or no? No? All right, I'll keep talking. Is anybody interested in this for real? Am I making any sense to anybody here? Yeah. And I don't know if you grabbed the paper. Oh, you did. Good. But I have paperwork, guys, right over here. Anybody here believe in God? I won't go there if I don't have any God believers, but no? Somebody? You believe in God? Yeah? Because if you look in the Bible, right? I'm not going to give you a sermon, don't worry. But it says, the world shall be established. It shall never be moved. Now, they tell us we're moving we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. I don't know if you guys knew that. Right at this moment, you're spinning about 500 miles an hour, or maybe 600 here. We're spinning around the sun, they say it's 66,000 miles an hour. And while the sun travels through space at 500,000 freaking miles an hour. That's how, do you guys feel that motion? Anybody? No, right? You don't feel a thing. They've gotten us, they've brainwashed us to not trust our own senses. You don't feel any movement. There's a phenomenon called parallax.
Go be stupid somewhere else, man.
There's a phenomenon called parallax. When you're driving, have you ever noticed how the trees far away are moving slower than the trees that are close to you? And you see that they're almost moving in opposite directions, it seems. Well, no parallax has ever been detected in our nighttime stars, in the sky. Never been detected. That doesn't make sense with the way they tell us that the stars work. Everywhere you look, things don't add up. And so I'm out here to just get the people who are ready. And you guys look like you're ready. You guys can do your own investigation and come to your own conclusion. I certainly wouldn't expect anybody here to believe me. I hope you wouldn't, because believing is what got you where you are in the first place. When did you think you learned you lived on a ball? On a spinning ball. When did you learn? What, about age 4, 5, right? Go to school, they got globes everywhere, right? Now, why would they do this, right? Why hide a flat earth? Why would they have to hide that? Well, if you have a round ball that exploded from the Big Bang, and you have evolution, you really don't need God. You don't need a God. You don't need a creator. And I think they're hiding God, man. I was atheist, hardcore atheist, for 46 years. And upon learning this and seeing in the Bible, the evidence in the Bible where it's telling you the truth, and people don't want to hear it. So that's about, that's a quick summary. I can answer anything if anybody has a question or anything. No?
You actually believe the earth is flat?
100%. Yeah. No, I know, dude. Every single person, man, that's the way you start off. As a flat earther, every one of us laughed at it. Man, when I heard it, I thought it was the stupidest thing I ever. In fact, I was worse than most of you guys. I was calling Kyrie Irving. I said, what kind of idiot would say that? That was me. I was one of these people laughing. And now today, here I am. Because we need to wake up, folks. They steal from us. We are, if you look up the definition of slavery, we're all slaves, folks. You're all slaves. Your parents are slaves. Yeah. Look up the definition. Yeah. All right, that's okay. I didn't mean to. Have a great day. All right, the slavery thing didn't go over so well, but people don't want to hear the truth. Anybody want to guess how fast we're spinning right this moment? They say 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. You're spinning. We spin around the sun 66,000 miles an hour while the sun travels through space at 500,000 miles an hour. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. You gotta look into it. You gotta look into it. Condemnation before investigation. It'll leave you, unfortunately, it'll leave you ignorant. I have a brain teaser if anybody wants to play. It's so fun.
Can't get on the beach.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 5:39.
Yeah.
Because they're not selling tags anymore.
So now you can't get, oh, until 5:30?
Woman came up.
Until what time?
She goes, I have a tag on my beach. And she couldn't call them.
Until what time?
She wouldn't let her on.
Why?
Huh?
Why? What's going on?
They don't have a tag. You can't buy tags after
So now they're just
5:30.
not letting people on?
Yeah, that's
until
our government
5:30.
for us. Yeah.
Brad, all right, well, don't, Brad, do me a favor, just stay chill because I don't want to get in any trouble, you know? Yeah. Tons of people out. Anybody want to play a brain teaser game? It's fun. It is fun. You guys want to play a brain teaser game? I bet you I'll have you guys brain smoking. Earth spins at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, right? Average plane travels 550 miles an hour. If you travel in the same direction of that spin, are you going forwards or backwards? All right. Here's my little home now. You guys want to play a brain teaser game with me? It's fun. Come on, don't be shy. It's good. You'll learn about her. You'll learn one way or another, maybe about a lie that they've told us. Brad, just relax. So 5:30. What time is it now?
No, it's 5:39 when I went down there.
Yeah. What time is it going to be
They
open?
always sell tickets till 5, or bands till 5:30.
So then, what time can you go down on the beach?
Yeah, unless you have a wristband. They don't sell them anymore. That's a cop, right?
That's interesting.
All I want to do is lay on the beach.
So now you're not allowed on the beach?
Not allowed on the beach.
Wow. Wow, man. This place is creepy. Wow. No wonder why they have police everywhere. What a bunch of scum. Yo, you with me? Oh, dude, I'm finding so many people.
That's how you should go to Horizon Stays Flat.
Hey, wait a second. I got
They think we're
paperwork here.
crazy,
Do you live
man.
in the area at all?
I live in near North.
Not to be too.
No, but I try to tell all my friends. They think I'm crazy.
I would. I mean, I'm trying. I'm going to get some people to join me.
It's hard, man. They think you're a freak.
No, you know how many people I met?
I got my daughter, all her friends. They believe me. But
Yesterday, 7 people I met on the boardwalk who think the Earth is flat. Today, I already met 2.
Dude, just tell them about the space station and bubbles coming out of their mouths.
Drowning in space.
Yeah, drowning.
Drowning.
In space, man.
Dude, they lie to us so bad.
Oh, this is the biggest lie.
Oh, wait. You looked into
what is it all to hide?
How long have you been looking?
What's it all to hide,
God, man. Look,
God,
look,
man.
What do you think that is?
That's
Right there.
That's
my
right.
boy. Those are
all
all
to hide
the
God,
Bible
man.
verses. Those are some of them.
Because they don't want you to know that everybody's the
Yeah,
same.
I'm born again
if
now.
you walk down any one of these blocks, you got people in $1 million houses, and you got nothing. You're trying to keep. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know that.
Yeah, I mean,
hide God, man. Because he detests money.
Chills. Look, I got chills. Right?
Yeah.
You see it?
There's not too many of us, man. And it's all the musicians and shit. Like all the musicians, like all the guys in my band.
Yeah. You know, it takes probably that we're like,
hey man, I give you all the credit in the world because you get beat up, man.
No, but I mean, I'm meeting people like, and then the people listen.
These NASA freaks.
But how about the people who stop by and listen? And I have people spend 20 and 30, 40 minutes talking to me.
Well, you let them look at the horizon?
Oh yeah, I tell them the horizon. I tell them about the boats.
Yeah, because like they say, oh, the boats disappear. No, not with the naked eye, but not with
that. I'm buying a P900, man. I'm going to get one of those because it's pretty cheap compared to
There's a dude on YouTube. He's from Ireland. He's doing really good work. He's from Ireland.
I think I've seen him.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
He's out in his yard with the ball testing the water.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
And he does the wave test.
There's so many. And meanwhile, when you type in flat Earth on YouTube, you can barely even find any of the new videos.
I've been believing it for about 12 years now, and it's come a long way. Like,
you've been 12 years away? Like hardcore crazy?
Well, one day I just said to my daughter, I says, I don't think there's any space.
Yeah.
I think they're hiding space because this whole UFO thing. Like, Like I says, why are they killing people over UFOs? Because UFOs come from inner Earth.
I don't even think there are UFOs.
I think there is, but I think it's inner Earth.
Okay.
Like North Pole.
Oh, right, yeah. I was just reading the
inner
book
Earth,
of Job, and it talks about inner.
Oh, there's definitely only other race.
Satan was walking around from inner Earth.
Yeah, and then behind the Antarctic wall where Admiral Byrd flew, you know, he went like, I don't know, 180 miles, and he said he's seen land.
12
They
years?
may be coming from, 12 years, man. 12 years. And I've been debunking the NASA, the moon landing for as long as I've been on this fucking planet. Because all you have to do is look at the lunar lander, man.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody gonna believe we landed on the moon in 69.
Oh, thing. Yeah, I have a photo of it on my vinyl, on my thing. That's what I was saying.
250,000 miles away, bullshit. 3,000 max.
Yeah, dude.
And the sun too. My daughter, they're all on board. The young kids are on board, but the old guys, nah, man.
Dude, it's happening though.
There's more of us because you got Hollywood now. Yeah. You got a couple of heavyweights in Hollywood now backing us up, you know? Yeah. A couple of guys on the NBA, man. Yeah,
that's who woke me up. Kyrie Irving. When I heard him, I said, this was a year and a half ago. It was in February when I heard the news. And I'm like, what kind of idiot would say it here at this flat? Like, because it was really weird.
Because the general populace thinks that you're going to fall off like the Columbus in the old days.
Well, I can't believe how conditioned I was.
Read Genesis.
Yeah, I know.
That's all you have to do.
I know.
My wife goes to church every Sunday, and I don't because I don't think you have to go to a building to be with Christ. But she will not believe me with this, and she goes to church.
She doesn't. She can't believe you. She's got to believe the evidence, right? And you're gonna, she'll break through eventually. It's conditioning.
And the whole flood when the windows up top opened up, because like I started researching why the sky was blue. Yeah, that's what started.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, that's the water, man. Yeah, the water's up there.
It's so insane. Hey, guys, I just bumped into this dude. He is a fellow flat earther. Yesterday, I bumped into 7 people, six or 7 people. Right now, I know that's not a ton of people. But you have to understand, this has been hidden for.
There's the best proof right there.
Yeah, look behind
it.
What is that? You guys see the curve?
Best proof right there.
Do you see it, curve?
I mean, technically, I don't see it.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. You never have.
They say you can stand in Canada, look at Chicago skyline. They say it's an illusion.
They say it's a mirage,
because it would be
right?
a 7-degree drop.
All right, so there should be 1,700 feet of Earth curvature over a distance of 50 miles across Lake Michigan, right? 1,700. That's ball Earth map.
Buildings will be down.
Yeah. Yeah. So they should. So the buildings, the tallest building is only 1,700 feet tall. You want? I've got a channel too. If you want to take any paperwork and stay in touch, but Zoom Truth is my channel. But
I'll catch you on the way back.
All right, man. Sweet.
All right, brother.
Have a good one. So I'm sorry, I talked clipped on there.
Question.
Yeah.
So when you go into space and you're orbiting around the Earth, it's not flat.
Bro, no one's orbiting nothing. It's all CGI BS. Check this out. Wait, listen to me. Don't run yet. Don't run. You ready? Check this out. Go look on your phone right now and look at the news that twice astronauts have almost drowned in space. 2 times in the last 10 years, right?
I heard about that.
Okay, now, that seems a little strange, right? But did you know that they have an exact replica of the ISS, that stupid phony freaking thing that they say is floating around up there, in a pool? In a freaking pool. Now, do you drown in pools? Yeah, you can drown in a pool.
Yeah.
So when did you learn? When did you learn that you live on a spinning ball, right? When did you learn it, guys?
When people went into space.
Right. And you know what? Do you think you understood the general relativity math and the math for gravity at age 5 or 6? Did you understand that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, so you guys are little liars too, huh?
No, we are not.
Are you? You sure?
I did.
You guys really know the math for you can prove general relativity? I'm posting this, by the way.
Right.
You sure you want to say that?
Wait, what?
I'm taking this to, what school do you go to? I'm going to ask your teacher.
Wait,
no, I want you to answer my question.
what's your channel?
Zoom Truth. I have paperwork over there. Listen, I'm not asking. I don't want anybody, I don't want none of you guys to believe a word I said.
Earth is flat. How do you know?
Yeah, let's see. How do you know you live on a spinning ball, sir?
Your science, that will also.
No, but how do you know? What in your life have you seen that proved that you live on a spinning ball, that you can prove that you live on a ball? Go ahead. I'm listening.
Because you don't fall off the map if the Earth was flat, right? There's nowhere you could fall off.
Have you explored all the whole flat Earth? That could be infinity. Who knows, right?
No,
I don't freaking know.
No, this right here is bullshit because you know why? This is an example right here.
No one ever fell.
Because guess what? Nobody never fall off.
Right, so
You can keep walking.
that's your whole proof?
And that automatically.
That seems a little flimsy to me.
And that
Sorry.
automatically tells you that.
Have you done a lot of exploration to prove
Yes.
to find the edge? You have.
Yes.
Really?
And that
Another.
shows
So
that
we have
Earth
another
has a lot of
liar.
gravity. Earth has a lot of gravity. Space doesn't have shit. So you really
Hey,
can't
listen,
fall
man.
off.
It's not funny. It's not. I'm not
not
joking.
funny.
I'm not joking.
with
I'm
you
not.
either.
All right,
You
fine.
can't fall off.
Did you know? Let me ask you this. Did you know that in 2 times in the last 10 years, these astronaut liars have almost drowned in space? They've almost drowned in. Did you hear that? Did you know that?
Yeah, because because they didn't have the right equipment on to wear in the suits to
protect them from all the water in
So
space.
that was a perfect example. And that right there is a perfect example of why the Earth is not
You guys
flat.
see this? You guys, you see that
Because
photo?
Earth has gravity.
All right, everybody see that? You know what that is? You guys, everybody see that, right?
Hey guys.
That is a photo of, you see where there's a gate there and the sheep are going through that gate, right? But there is no fence on either side of that gate. So what sheep do is they follow. They don't think for themselves, they freaking follow, okay? So I see a bunch of sheep out here, right? Because a lot of people will laugh at me, but they haven't investigated this crap for themselves. And shame on them for that, right?
Have you flown around the world for there?
A year and a half I've been investigating this. All right, you guys ever hear that they say that boats go over the horizon, right? They disappear over the horizon?
Over because it's...
Right. I agree with you, right? That's what they tell us, because that's where the bend is. Well, guess what? People are taking just their video cameras, and when that boat disappears over the horizon, they take their video camera, and they zoom in on that boat, and guess what they see? There's the boat, guys. Now, can you do that? Can you do that on a bend? Hundreds, well, maybe not hundreds, but I've seen there's dozens of videos.
This right here. What about this here? Let me hear this scenario.
What scenario?
This right here. You're talking about why the Earth's flat, and I told you why it isn't. So let me hear what's going on here.
I'm just calling everybody a freaking sheep zombie, bro. I was a sheep. We're all freaking sheep because we're brainwashed.
Listen.
Because I believe this stuff till age 46. I can help save you from being a fool like I was.
So you speak
No, man. I used to. Now all I see is zombie sheep, and I'm gonna get punched out one of these days. But
Who's man's? Who's man's? Your man's? That's not my man's.
bro, man, there's a saying. There's a saying.
There's a saying.
Have you looked into it?
Have you looked into it?
Condemnation before investigation.
You are funny, dude.
Because you filmed everyone else, right? So you good.
Oh, that's fine. I'm peace, man. Okay. I don't mean to upset you.
People have...
It's hard to hear. You know, the truth hurts, right? They say truth hurts, right?
So how do you know
I got
you're not a
paperwork
sheep?
right there, man. You're awake. I can tell you are. You're wondering what the heck you're hearing. It doesn't make sense to drown in space, guys. What else about? Oh, harnesses in space. There's video. Type in ISS harness. You will see harness guy float by with a freaking. I would use better language if my little friends weren't here, but they're wearing a harness. They're wearing a harness. There's another one where the guy literally uses his fingers to hook a harness, and you can see them like pull the guy, but he's not touching anything. It's so stupid. Bubbles are in space videos, guys. It's a freaking con job. Twice astronauts have almost drowned in space. Look it up. Prove me wrong. Why are they drowning in space? Well, you know there's an exact replica of the ISS in a freaking pool. Did you know that?
What does that have to do with the Earth being flat?
Well, the Earth can't be flat if NASA's for real, right? If NASA's for real, then I'm full of it,
Why are
right?
you asking people these questions?
Well, you gotta think, because I want people to think for themselves.
So that shows
Yeah,
the
what
Earth
was the
is
last time you fell?
Even if they are faking all the space videos, it doesn't necessarily prove the Earth is flat.
Right. But, all right. So now there's the guy did in 1800s. You guys could look this up. It's called the Bedford Canal Experiment. Over a distance of 6 miles, the guy stood in the middle of the freaking canal, and he put his little telescope, and he had a friend in a boat go 6 miles away with a little flag on it. There should be about 7 or 8 feet of curvature over a distance of 6 miles. He had that flag like 3 feet off the water. Guess what? You can still see the flag. The curve has to be every mile. You can't have divots in the Earth. There's no divots. When you look at by the way, there's no divots.
Mountains. Yes, there are.
No, in the water. Think about the water, guys. Has anybody seen water? Has anybody seen water ever stick to a freaking ball here? And then now spin that ball 1,000 miles an hour. Now spin that ball. Now have that ball travel around the sun at 66,000 miles per hour. Now have that sun traveling at 500,000 miles an hour, and you don't feel freaking thing. Right? You feel it? You feel the milk? Oh, whoa! You guys feel it? 500,000 miles an hour. I'm talking, guys. Of course, everything's gravity, man, because you believe in gravity, right? Scientism. You're a freaking believer in science. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't people fall off the Earth if it was flat?
Why would they fall off the Earth, man? You ever put a marble on a flat table? What does it do? Does it fall off the table?
Yeah, but we don't. Yeah, it's not fall off the table.
I'm not worried about being against gravity. It's all BS, man. Listen, what you got to understand is gravity describes a phenomenon that's taking place. So when people drop their lighter in front of me and go, there's gravity. Well, that's what they call it, right? Go type in Neil deGrasse Tyson, that phony, he's a freaking actor. Anyhow, you type him in and you'll see what is gravity. And you know what he says?
What is your mathematical
Wait, let me just tell you. What is gravity? You know what his answer is to what is gravity? He goes, well, when it comes what gravity is, he goes, we just don't know. They don't know. Yeah. But you guys all telling me it's freaking gravity.
Equation against gravity.
Listen,
What's your
bro.
mathematical equation against gravity?
I don't even care about gravity, man. It's a joke. You can see boats go over the horizon. You shouldn't be able to see them.
That makes it illogical.
No. What I'm saying is they go over the horizon, they disappear. Then we grab a telescope or a zoom lens, right? And you zoom in where that boat disappeared. Guess what you're gonna see? You're gonna see that boat again. That supposedly went over the freaking horizon. Dude, I'm not here to bother people. I'm here to get people to think for them freaking selves, man. Dude, they lie about everything. What?
Where's the scientific proof?
You gotta do some work yourself here, man. You know, there's plenty of evidence.
There's scientific proof that exists. And
What?
Scientific proof that doesn't exist.
Bro, listen, when did you guys learn you live on a spinning ball? Okay?
On like kindergarten?
When you were right. And you know, now in kindergarten, could you do the math required to prove that you lived on a spinning ball? Could you do the general relativity? You even know what general relativity is? No, I don't, because it's freaking a bunch of bullshit. Oh, sorry. So anyway, check this out. When you learn it, they're teaching you.
Don't ask us if we know something when you don't know it yourself.
Guys, listen. What they've done is they've gotten people.
How much did you drink?
Check this out. Listen.
Now, how much alcohol
Can you
did you drink?
wait. Listen. You tell me you believe in gravity, or can you prove gravity?
I believe that gravity is
Right. That's all.
You want to see an example of gravity? Look.
Right. I know every clown and their brother does that to me, and let me tell you,
what's up, dude?
that's just that is just a phenomenon that is being described.
What?
They're describing it. When it comes to what gravity is, they have no freaking
If there was
clue.
no gravity, we would be flying away right now.
How do you know? Have you ever lived on a flat Earth? Did you ever live on a? You see what I'm saying? You took what you were taught, guys, and they taught it to you at age 4 or 5. And guess what?
Listen to me.
Do you?
So then, why do we fall? If there was no gravity, why do we fall? Why do I jump and then go back down?
There's a thing. All right, you can use density and buoyancy. Okay. So now think about it. If you have if you're in a pool, right, and you put a ball that with air in it, it doesn't go down to it doesn't go. Gravity doesn't.
Buoyancy.
So why? Right. So why does gravity not pull the ball down?
Buoyancy.
Right. And so the same thing with there's air. There's water in our.
These are already set laws.
Listen. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to only save the people who are open-minded enough to look into this themselves.
What are you saving them from?
Oh man, saving them from the lies.
No, but wait, hold on. You asked us to open our minds, but we already opened our minds. We know the answer to this.
What's it?
Is it possible
You asked us to open our minds, but we already know the answer to this. Why the Earth?
All right. Let's start real simple. Does anybody here think their parents are slaves, or do you think your parents are free? Do you think your parents are slaves, or do you think they're free?
From what?
A slave meaning, by definition, are they a slave?
To
Our
what?
ancestors?
No, you're freaking your mom and dad. You, if you're working, you're paying taxes.
Everybody is a slave because you know why? The government takes tax off of everybody, so wherever everybody is.
All right, so there's hope for you, man. You understand you're a slave. Some people won't even accept that.
No, we are.
All right. Well, the point is that on the 4th of July, everybody tells you should be celebrating being in a free world, in a free state, right?
In the Bible, God made the earth round.
No, actually, it's called the circle. It's called the circle of. Guys, it's right here. Guys, it's right. Guys, see what they've done. All right, guys, what they've done.
Right there. God made the earth.
If you look up the actual Hebrew words, the original text, it refers back to a circle, guys. And what they've done, is the Catholic Church is freaking satanic, no doubt about it. I have another photo with the church doing Illuminati, with the Pope doing Illuminati freaking symbols.
You about to say Illuminati? Are you part of Illuminati?
No, heck no, man.
Everybody, leave, run, let's go.
Well, no, I know it's funny, man. Everything's funny when you like. I laughed at this stuff, and then as I started to look into it, I was like, wow, man, I just can't believe the world I live in.
Why are you recording?
I posted stuff on YouTube, man. There's tons of people who now believe the Earth is flat.
You need like approval for that.
I'm in a public space, you guys. If you don't want to be on it, then you gotta get out of my viewfinder.
How many subscribers? Dude, my parents.
Not many, like 200 or so. I just started that.
YouTube.
What?
How many views you got on your YouTube?
I don't even know, man. I don't even
Why
care.
are you doing YouTube if you're not getting no fans?
Oh, I am. There's tons of people doing it, man.
How many fans
I'm not doing it for fans, man. I'm doing it for the people who are ready to be woke. This guy right here. You are ready. Now, the thing is that
I'm ready.
Well, no, but I know it sounds funny, right? But to stand here and to have a real conversation like you are doing, right? While people ridicule and laugh, that is a sign of somebody who's ready to wake up, or maybe is already woke. Dude, I'm 47 years old. I laughed at this stuff a year and a half ago, just like everybody else here, man. It's no big deal. I get it. But the thing is, I don't want to lose the guy, the one person who might do a little bit more investigation. I can't worry about all the other people because I can't help them. When your time is ready, your time is ready. That's like me.
What are you helping us with? I'm just curious. If you're on top of the Empire State Building and you see the curve, what's your explanation for that? You see the curve.
You can't see the curve.
No, yeah. You don't see any curve there.
Have you ever been on top?
Yeah, actually, no, not on the Empire. I was on top of the World Trade Center, though, for sure. Plenty of times.
And
you're not. There's plenty of pilots. There's no curve, honey. There's like none.
There's no curve.
Well, when you see curves on a lot of videos,
What do you think that is?
Have you looked in? You've looked into flat Earth, right? What do you think? Hang on. This guy has looked into flat Earth. Let's hear his opinion.
I'm open to a lot of theories, but like I don't feel like anyone here knows enough about like science or any of the equations to be able to
How do
figure
you
it out for
explain like
themselves.
pictures from space?
One thing I do want to do though is you know you were talking about how like boats go over the horizon, and when you zoom into it, you can see it back in. I still gotta try to.
I'm buying a P900. I'm gonna bring it with me maybe next week, and I'll buy it on Amazon. I'll have it next. And you can come. I don't know if you're living around here, but I'll let you use it. I don't give a crap. I want people to see this crap for themselves. You know what I mean? And I'm with you. I haven't done it yet. I have people asking me. They're like, "Well, have you done it yourself? You can't. Now you're believing freaking YouTube videos, right?" So I'm like, you know what? It's got a certain amount of point. I mean, maybe there's a conspiracy to make me look like a sucker. But to me, it's like, why would there be a conspiracy that is so hard to believe in the first place? Like, what are they going to? What is somebody's trying to kill themselves to pull a joke on me? Like, I'm like one out of like, there's a few hundred, maybe. Well, there's a lot of people now who think the Earth's flat, dude. There's a lot, right? I mean, you see it. And by the way,
When you fly around the world in an airplane.
Wait, I have a question. So, how could someone take a plane and fly all the way around the world in probably like a week and come back right to the spot?
right. Well, all right.
And if it was flat, then you would just reach the
Hang on,
end.
let me answer this question first. All right, guys. Imagine you know like a cul-de-sac when you get on a street and you drive around the circle. Are you kind of going around that circle, right?
Yeah, but
You're circumnavigating the circle.
That's a circle. That's not a ball.
Right. That's why I'm not talking about we're living on a ball, right? I'm saying we live on a freaking probably a circle. So that's how you would do it. But what's great is you're asking questions, man.
But they never turn.
Now, guys, I have a great little mind.
Let me mess with your mind. Straight without turning. When you're going around a cul-de-sac, you have to.
Let me mess with your minds, guys. Hang with me. Stay with me. You guys are doing great. You guys are doing great.
When you're in a cul-de-sac, you need to go in a circle.
Turn left or right to go around.
But
when you're flying around the world, you just go straight.
And just go all the way around the world and
All right,
come
check
right
this
back
out.
here
I want to you guys, everybody listening, tell me how you can explain this. All right. Airplane. All right. Airplanes. Your average commercial airliner can fly about 550 miles an hour when they're at cruising speed. Okay. We're spinning right now at the equator 1,000 miles an hour. You know this one, right? Yeah. So we're spinning at the equator 1,000 miles an hour. Now, if you were to get into that plane, right, and you fly up in the air and you fly in the same direction of that 1,000 mile an hour spin, you're flying 550 miles an hour while the Earth below you is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour in the same direction. Are you making ground or losing ground? Huh. What are you doing? Yeah, that's right, brothers. All right.
Because you're getting somewhere. You're getting to the place you want to go.
Do you understand my point? I get what you're saying. All right. So now here's what they tell us. Now there is an explanation that the ball Earth flyers tell us. What they say is those freaking clouds up in the sky that you see all the way up until it turns into space, those are spinning with the Earth. They're like somehow attached. And those clouds are spinning at thousands of miles an hour because the further you get away from the Earth, the larger the diameter is, right? So they have to spin even faster than the 1,000 mile an hour spin at our crater. So those clouds, what?
It's a layer. It's like an Earth.
It's like the ozone.
When you're inside a car, When you're inside a car, if you jumped inside the car when you're inside, would the car come out from underneath you? No, you would stay in the car.
Go ahead and do that when the car is turning around, when it's doing a turn, in the middle of a turn, and you jump, and you know what? Your head's gonna smash against the freaking window. Try it. That'll wake you up. I'm sorry, but I gotta smack you guys around a little bit. You guys trust all your teachers, man. You've never really investigated stuff your own. When they teach you the history, they're not teaching you history. They're telling you history. And you know what? Have you guys read 1984? George Orwell's book, 1984. There you go, man. There's truth in that book. He was a Freemason, by the way, so that's why he knew what he knew. Same thing with Brave New World. Read Brave New World. Same thing. Another freaking Freemason.
So look. If someone flew all the way to the edge of the world, then what's there? Nothing.
Well, all right. There's a guy named Admiral Byrd. Did you find about? Have you heard about Admiral Byrd? But please, that's very sensitive.
Does that work?
It's very sensitive. No, I'm just kidding around. It's like $5. All right. So check this out. There's a guy named Admiral Byrd. Back in like the 1950s, the dude went on a huge military expedition. Project.
You were told this, just like we were told.
Correct, right. I could be wrong, but so check this out. It could be propaganda. We don't know. And he was a Freemason too, which is creepier, right? So I don't know. I love that you said that, man. That's why you're wide awake. You're ready. But now check this out. The fact is that during that expedition, at one point, one of the planes that was flying towards supposedly crashed into like something that was invisible, like the dome. Like they literally say, like you can look this stuff up yourself. There's other very unusual stuff. It was Admiral Byrd is his name. Just Google flat Earth Admiral. And by the way, I'll post this on Zoom. Grab that paperwork there. If anybody wants paperwork, it's right on that edge, and that way you can look. I have tons of YouTube channels that are good references to kind of look at too.
I got you. I'll look at it later.
Sweet.
Could we dig
I appreciate it. Have a great night, man.
If Earth is flat, could we dig through?
You too, man. Grab a piece of paper.
Would there be an invisible barrier?
Prove me wrong, and you guys, maybe you saved me from being a fool. I don't know, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. Okay.
So, if Earth is flat, then you could dig through, right, and get to the other side, or is there another invisible barrier?
I don't know. Is there another side? How do you know there's another side?
Because when you dig down far enough, it will get super high and you'll just burn to death because there's a core and there's lava
Well, if it's not a ball, then why does there have to be a core? Right? See what I'm saying? See, what you have to do is use your imagination that you were born with.
Tried it.
Where are your parents? They're angry at me, right? I'm talking to you guys.
No.
All right. So anyway, guys, I have paperwork right over there. I would say if you're interested in this.
I would say don't listen.
No, that's fine. No, but listen.
I'm not interested.
All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you listening. Listen.
Hey, have a nice day.
Thank you, brother. You too. I appreciate it.
Can I just say something to the viewers?
Yeah, of course.
Go check out my Twitch channel, Joey_Surge.
What is it?
Play Fortnite. I play Fortnite.
You play Fortnite?
On Twitch.
Nice. Good for you. Maybe spend some of that time. You know what? Take a little break from that and look into flat Earth. You might learn a little bit about the flat Earth.
All right, 1 second. You spell it JOEY_SURGE.
All right. I don't have a ton of people who watch, but that's cool. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate the talk. So anyway, man. Yeah, I know it's crazy, and there you go. The world is strange, man. You heard about the 2 astronauts almost drowning in space, right?
No.
Yeah. You can Google.
Come here.
All right, you ready? Look on your phones and Google this stuff. Verify it for yourself. I mean, literally twice in the last 10 years or so, astronauts have almost drowned in space. Now, do you know that?
Drowning in space.
Right, I don't know, bro. But what I do know is that, you know that there's an exact replica, supposedly a replica, but I think it's the real thing, of the ISS in a giant swimming pool. I know that you can drown in a pool.
Yeah, I don't think you can drown in space though.
Dude, look in the news. I'm not making this. Why would I? I'm not trying to pull wool over your head.
Gravity in space, like there's no way you can drown.
Right. So then why are they drowning in space? Almost.
It's like probably like fake or something. So you can't believe something like that.
Guys, bubbles in space. You can see harness on ISS. There's a video where you can see a guy wearing a harness. Listen, when I'm telling you this, I'm not expecting you. I don't want you to believe a word I'm saying. I have paperwork there that you can go see other YouTube people who've created videos, and what you do is you kind of investigate it and you make up your own mind, right? Maybe I'm just a freaking jerk who's trying to make fun of people, and then and it's a big joke, right? I don't know. Maybe I am, right? But I'm not. I'm telling you I'm not. But the fact is I could be, right? This could all be like a bunch of cameras, and we're going to be all laughing at you for taking this seriously, right? Now that's the level of skepticism I want from people who are talking with me, because I don't want you to believe a word I say, man. I was 46 when I woke up. How old are you?
15.
Freaking 15, man. You're 15 years old. You could be awake, right, at age 15. I was dead asleep until age 46. I believed what I was told. I believed it all. And now I'm like, man, I was a sucker, man. Everything I believed was wrong.
You can't believe all that stuff, though.
I don't now. I don't believe. Now I investigate things if I'm going to get to the point where I really believe them, dude. I can listen. I can take you to the darkest corners of ideas that you would think are impossible. But if you were to investigate them, you'd find them to be true. There's just so many things that we are lied about in this world, man, and they got us like under spell. I don't know what it is, man. Dude, I didn't believe in God, all right? Do you believe in God? Yeah, you do. All right, so you're right here. Good. All right, so now do you see this? Come with me. You see this? All right, have you read your Bible?
My Bible? I don't really go to church much.
Okay, but I'm not talking about church. I'm just talking the Bible, which is supposedly God's word, right? I mean, that's what they say, right? And I kind of feel like it does. Let's start with on the top right there, Wernher von Braun. Wernher von Braun was the head of, there he is, it says in the green caption there, tombstone of Wernher von Braun, former Nazi and director of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. He was pretty much in charge of all the rocketry for NASA, okay? Now on his what's it called there? His head tombstone there, it says Psalms 19-1. Now above that little green caption, it shows you what Psalm 19-1 says, and that is, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Do you know what the firmament is? A firmament is the dome. It's a dome that says above, that was built by God, man. So if you do believe in God, right? Yeah. Then, you probably want to stick to his word, right? So he says that, literally the definition of a dome is in the white, right? And that's the Hebrew. This is Hebrew, and it says rakia, whatever that word is, however you pronounce it, a word used in the process of making a dish by hammering a thin lump of metal, right? So that was the original word used in the Bible to describe the dome that God says is over our head. Now, I don't want to get all preachy on you, but it says, in the Bible, clear as day, yes, the world is, what does that say? All established. It shall never be moved. Does that sound like we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour? Does that sound like we don't feel 1,000 miles an hour? Right, because we're not moving 1,000 miles an hour. We were just told we are, right? See, you haven't proved any of this stuff. You haven't looked into it yet, which is fine, man. I was 46 when I started looking into this, so I believed it for 46 years, all right? Every flat earther, almost every single person who thinks the earth is flat starts off laughing at this stuff, because when you first hear it, it's a joke. It's a freaking joke. It has to be, because you live on a ball. But when you start actually questioning how you live on a ball, and then you look, and if you accept, see guys, it's not the evidence, not a lack of evidence that tells you live on a flat plane. It's accepting the evidence. People can't accept this stuff, man, because if this stuff is true, then what does it mean, right? Freaking NASA's lying to you. Your government's, we know our government lies to us anyway, right? Freaking our government's made of men, and men are liars by nature. That's why God made his 10 commandments, and thou shalt not, you shouldn't lie. And yet, and the reason for all this is they've hidden God from many people, and then there's a lot of people who think they believe in God, yet they don't live by his 10 commandments. Well, if you don't live by his freaking 10 commandments, then do you really believe in God? Because those 10 commandments, if you break them, man, like serious freaking consequences, bad stuff happens, right? But, so do you really believe in God? Maybe you don't. I don't know, but if you do, then you start to really pay attention to those commandments, and you might change some of your actions. And so that's my beliefs, but I was just showing him that. So that is Wernher von Braun's tombstone. He was the head of NASA rocketry, okay? And on it says the heavens, on his tombstone it refers to Psalms 19-1, and that psalm says the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. The firmament, folks, is a dome. It refers to a dome, okay? So I don't know about any dome in the ball earth model, right? There's no dome of us, and don't call the atmosphere a dome, because it's not a dome. It's a ball that the atmosphere, they tell us, is, right? So you guys, another one is, I'm going to give you guys this one, a plane. Imagine you're traveling in a plane. You might have heard this, but I'm just going to say this real quick. 550 miles an hour is the average speed of the average commercial airline that they fly at. if we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, right? If you're spinning 1,000 miles an hour at the equator, and you fly in the same direction of that 1,000 mile an hour spin at 550 miles an hour, are you going forward or are you losing ground, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? The Earth below you would be spinning faster than the speed of your plane. So they have an explanation for that. And the explanation they tell us is that our atmosphere, those clouds up in the sky that you see there, they're spinning with the Earth. They're not attached to the Earth. So there's this magical cocoon. So you guys got to believe, right? So this is why they call scientism, like scientism, they're saying is just like religion. It's become a religion because you believe science. You've never proven that yourself, right? I never did. I just believed it. So I got paperwork, folks. My channel's Zoom Truth, and I'm not looking for anybody to believe a word I say. In fact, prove me wrong, and I will come out here publicly and shame myself for falling for such a stupid idea. But I'm telling you, everybody who becomes a flat earther, you know how they become a flat earther? Because they actually try to disprove it. And in the process, you wake up and you go, they lied to me. They lied to me about everything. So the paperwork's right there. I mean, I'm serious, folks. It's got tons of YouTube channels. Don't be shy if I've made you think about this stuff, because you gotta think for yourself these days. Otherwise, you're gonna get stuck. So I don't know, man. Do you have any questions or anything?
So the Earth is flat?
I believe so. Yeah.
Why are you saying because of the gravity?
Well, all right. One thing that people are doing is, you see that horizon behind me?
Yeah.
Do you see any curve in that right now?
No, it just looks straight.
Right, it does. Now, see, it is about almost a thing in trusting our senses just a little bit. But what people are doing is on YouTube. Have you ever heard of the idea of a boat going over the horizon when they disappear? When they sail out far enough, you lose view of them. And supposedly they sailed over the curve. Okay? Yeah, that's the explanation that we've been told. Well, there's people on YouTube who are taking a video camera with a good zoom lens, and when that boat sails away and out of your vision, they take out a zoom camera, and boom, they can see that boat again. Now, you can't see around a ball curve, right? You shouldn't be able to do that. Folks, you can see 50 miles across Lake Michigan. You can see the Chicago skyline. Are you ready for this one? Over a distance of 50 miles. Over a distance of 50 miles, you should have 1,700 feet of curvature, okay? Not only can you see the Sears Tower, which is 1,700 feet tall, almost in its entirety, you can see neighboring 200 and 300 and 400 foot buildings. You get it? They should be hidden by 1,700 feet of freaking curvature. It ain't there. I've been looking into flat Earth now for a year and a half, okay? And I've only become more confident, which is why I'm standing out here with a sign being ridiculed by the majority of the people. But I'm not here for them. I'm here for people like you who are willing to take a listen and possibly contemplate investigating further. Because that's the only person who's going to learn. Someone who's willing to challenge their own beliefs.
And then what's the purpose of that?
Hiding God, man. Do you believe in God?
I believe in a higher,
Yeah, but you don't really believe in God himself, not Jesus Christ and any of that, right?
It's a higher spirit.
Okay. Okay, well, they're hiding. I think they're truly hiding God. If you look into that Bible, and by the way, there's plenty of other ancient cultures that mention a flat. It was all about a flat Earth. It wasn't about a ball Earth. These ancient Chinese. In fact, ancient Chinese, you can actually see a model of the Earth where there's a more unexplored territory that we don't know about. You got to look at grab some paperwork, man. I'm telling you, there's tons. See, the thing is, check this out. If you Google flat Earth, you know what you come up with? The results you get are debunking flat Earth. If you YouTube search flat Earth, the first videos coming up debunk flat Earth. Why would they do that? Why do they need to hide flat Earth, right? Yeah, it's crazy, right? Hey, yeah, bro, take paper if you want. Help yourself. It's right there.
Well, how do you know the Bible's right?
Well, no, I don't, but I have other proofs besides that. Believe me, I'm not standing out here with only a little bit. I appreciate. I love people who are open-minded enough to stop. Yep.
And there's like a conceivably infinite number of shapes that it could